A caltrop is an area denial weapon designed to stop the enemy. The caltrop is a sturdy, simple, yet effective weapon no matter its position. Its purpose was originally designed to stop elephant and donkey attacks. It graduated to stopping tanks. And now, the caltrop is your defense against propaganda, polished lies, and manufactured outrage. It's free from counterfeit credibility and synthetic truth. However, inside the walls of a caltrop, you're going to be forced to think. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mike Calderese is the caltrop.
Coming down the mountain from the heaven to the hell, the Mike Calderese, the caltrop, he never stops, so ring the bell. He bring the facts, he spin up every morning till we sleep. He get it deep, Mike Calderese, in your head and in your sheets. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the caltrop. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the caltrop. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the caltrop.
Good evening and welcome to the Caltrop. I am your host, Michael Calderese, and you know what I do. You know that I am your defense mechanism against all of this bullshit that you see going on. Both, I feel both foreign and domestic, but both locally and nationwide. And I got to tell you something. In my area, I've been hitting the local stuff very hard tonight because I think it's indicative, or recently, I think it's indicative of how the media manipulates everybody, how the media is able to tell a story. And I'm telling you, these people are not news outlets anymore. We have become storytellers. They're telling you a story. They're not telling you the story. And tonight, Jackson, New Jersey, we're going to talk about the recent story. But more importantly, tonight, we're going to go through the background of this because there's a lot of people that are throwing out accusations here. And I don't want to be the first one. And if you haven't heard about this, wait for it. We're going to be talking about it. It's hate in Jackson, of course. Swastikas and racist language, N-words, and all this other stuff written in chalk. There's this thing going on. And the timing of it could not be more perfect. And, everyone knows me. I'm the one that asks questions. And I have a shitload of questions. But I'm going to show you the real situation surrounding this school. And I started a little bit late because I heard News 4 New York or whatever it is did a story on Jackson today, and they said there were 7 people. So I wanted to get up to date, so I gave you the best information that I can. If there's anything that I'm wrong with throughout this show, please do me a favor, comment and help me out with it because it is breaking. So if you heard something and I didn't, this is why we go back and forth. But from what I hear right now, I have a serious problem with it. Mike's right is going to be geared toward that. Then we have a plethora of different nationwide stories as far as RFK going at it with CNN again. Though, like, you guys see what I do. What I try to do is expose the media. I try to expose the sources that you guys are getting your information from. And the way they ask questions and the way they frame things and the way they say words and the way nobody can ever back up anything they ever fucking say, and we jump to conclusion after conclusion after conclusion without any fact or basis or anything even being done. It's like this over and over and over and over again. You're going to see that theme throughout the show, and I think possibly to talk about the Jackson situation, I think possibly we're going to have Elliot Shemtov popping on. He made a statement about it. I got to tell you, I'm going to smack him around a little bit for that statement because I found it to be like off-putting, honestly. And he doesn't know that I think that unless he's watching right now. I get what he did, but I don't like to rush. I don't like to jump to conclusion, and I don't like the labeling. And that's what everybody's doing. So let's waste no more time and get right to it. To the Mike's right. Shut the fuck up to this one and listen. All right. Tonight, I want to talk about something that really bothers me. And if you just watched that opening, you can tell why. And it's not just the vandalism in Jackson, right? Let's get this out of the way. That part's disgusting. Whoever did it deserves to be caught and prosecuted. Nobody is cool with that behavior. Nobody. But what bothers me is what happened 5 minutes after the story broke. Apparently, the investigation is optional because according to the headlines, according to some politicians, according to half the people on social media, the verdict is already in. Jackson, you are fucking racist. Case closed. And it's like, really? Nobody's been arrested? 7 people maybe identified? Different conflicting reports about that. There are reports of mass people, maybe adults, maybe juveniles. The investigation is barely underway, but somehow everybody already knows the motive. It's hate. Hate is the reason. How? That's the part I don't understand. This is exactly why I criticize modern media. One headline, New Jersey 101.5 says, hate hits Jackson again. Again? That's an awfully broad statement about an entire town of tens of thousands of people because somebody scribbled hateful garbage on a wall in chalk. Not in spray paint, not even in Sharpie. It was in chalk on a chalkboard. But imagine if we applied that standard everywhere. One person commits a crime, and suddenly everyone who lives there gets labeled. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? Because it is. Now, let's be crystal clear, as Obama would say. If this was an anti-Semitic attack, throw the book at them. If it was racist, throw the book at them. If they are adults, even better. Throw the book at them and then beat them with it. But first, how about we actually find out who did it before we label it anything? No, instead, we skipped right over evidence and landed on certainty that the town is racist. Everyone not Jewish is a racist anti-Semite. And that's where I always ask the same questions. Who benefited from this? You know, I ask that not because I'm a conspiracy guy, because incentives matter. History is full of people exploiting tragedies or even creating them for attention, politics, lawsuits, money, or public sympathy. Sometimes the obvious answer ends up being true. Sometimes it doesn't. We've seen supposed hate crimes later turn into be something completely different. Sometimes it was teenagers looking for attention. Sometimes it wasn't what it first appeared to be. That's why the investigation exists. So let's ask reasonable questions instead of pretending they're forbidden. Does this automatically mean everyone in Jackson is filled with hate? Of course not. Could it have been dumb kids? Could it have been someone trying to inflame tensions? Could it have been someone to distract from the realities of what's going on right now? Could it have been a false flag? Or could it have been someone with another motive entirely that we're not thinking about? Like covering up breaking the law with hate allegations. I don't know, something like that maybe, Morty. But right now, we don't know. And pretending that we do isn't journalism. It's fucking storytelling. And when the story is one way, we have to look at it extremely critically. Look at the timing. Jackson has been under a microscope. There are ongoing political fights. Schools are being sold at a discount. Planning board controversies and holdups. Civil rights lawsuits. Residents finally speaking out and growing a set about double standards and the real problems in their town. And dominating conversations is the expansion of Lakewood that nobody wants. Then suddenly, this becomes the defining story. Maybe that's exactly what happened. Maybe it's completely unrelated. But asking whether timing matters isn't hate. It's common sense. My problem isn't with investigating hate. My problem is with declaring guilt before there's even evidence and blaming everybody for it. Because once that headline gets out, once politicians start giving speeches, once everyone shares it online, the damage is already done. Jackson gets branded again. The residents get smeared again. And if 6 months from now, the facts come out to be more complicated and it vanishes and we never know who did it, nobody prints that headline as big as the first one, do they? And yet everyone in Jackson is still racist because of that first article. While everyone on the other side wonders why hate is coming their way. When you label an entire group something, don't be surprised if you create individuals who live up to your label. So here's my standard. Catch whoever did it. Charge them. Show us all of the evidence. And you know what? I try, everyone, you guys watch me nonstop. You don't see me irritated a lot. You see me very happy. You see me try to make jokes about all these types of situations. I try to bring fun into this conversation. Sometimes this pisses me off. And this is one of those times. Because I'm sitting here and I'm watching entire groups of people get labeled something. They did it to us in Bricktown, New Jersey. When I exposed that triangle piece of horseshit property that they took us to court with, the judge labeled everyone in Ocean County racist. He said we're all anti-Semitic. And he didn't say it in those words, but that's what he meant in his ruling. And I don't care what lawyer or what asshole wants to try to spin that. He said the planning board caved to public pressure, and the public pressure was argued to be anti-Semitic. If you agree that they caved to public pressure and the argument was the public pressure was anti-Semitic public pressure, you could write in your little fucking bullshit all your little fancy words. What really happened is you labeled an entire group of people racist. And now, once again, they're trying to do this to Jackson, New Jersey. Once again. And why? Isn't the timing amazing, everybody? Does anybody find this incredible that it happened right now? Now, I'm not making any accusations. I am not saying it was 100% an inside job. I'm saying it fucking smells like it. I'm saying the timing is very coincidental. I'm telling you the way it's been reported is incredibly fucking coincidental. And you want to see it? Let's go through some of this stuff because I found this to be disgusting. Here we go. 1015. This is how they started the fucking headline. Hate hits Jackson again as swastikas appear inside a formal school. Hail Hitler written in chalkboard. Written in chalk. 1015. Where were you during the council meeting? Did you even report on anything that was said in the council meeting? Did you report that there's a possibility of the council president breaking the law and watching the law get broken by others? Why aren't we asking him those questions? 1015, did you even report on what was said in that meeting? Oh, no, because now you got to come up with some shit like this and automatically label it hate. So everybody in that meeting, everybody that spoke out, everybody that finally grew a set and said, I'm going to say what I got to say. Oh, now you got 1015 calling you racist? And I'm sorry if I stay away from comments for a minute, but I am so jacked up over this story. I was listening to this at work when I don't know why, but today I've been in more pain than the last week combined. The entire right side of my body is hurting. That's the God's honest truth. And maybe I'm a little pissed off because I'm in pain, but this pained me. Because Hayton Jackson, and then here you go. Ready? Hate number 2. This is what you see. New York, New Jersey, ADL, and the Lakewood Scoops picking it up, and everybody is running this article. Everybody's talking about this. News 4 New York just talked about it. It's everywhere. Hayton Jackson, Hayton Jackson, Hayton Jackson. 7 people wrote on a chalkboard, Jackson hates, Jackson hates, Jackson hates. We are outraged by the reports of vandals drew a swastika, Hail Hitler, and the N-word in the building owned by a yeshiva in Jackson, New Jersey. This comes after a pattern of vandalism incidents targeting Jackson. Orthodox Jewish institutions are increasing hateful rhetoric online. We're increasing hateful rhetoric online. These people are talking directly to me and directly to people like Chris Pollock and the Fight for Jackson team. They're talking directly to you. Everybody that stood up and said something in that Jackson council meeting, and they were all incredible. And not one was full of hate. I played almost all of them on the show. I put them all out there. There's video, there's supposed video of the president, the council president, using one of these illegal camps. Has any news organization, Princess Goy, has any news organization reached out for you for that video? Oh, no, but we have those pictures of it written in chalk, don't we? Yeah, we sure do. And then, when a story is framed like this, before any evidence even gets out, that's when my hairs on the back of my neck stand up, because I go, this sounds like propaganda to me. This sounds like propaganda. Because if it is just a bunch of kids, is it still hating Jackson? Or is it kids being dumbasses? But this is how you know. This is how you know it's complete bullshit. When you have these assholes like Assemblyman Avi Schnall told The Scoop that the drawing a swastika inside a Jewish-owned building is an unmistakable message of intimidation. It's an unmistakable message of intimidation. Chalk. It was fucking chalk. Oh, it's unmistakable, though. You don't even know the reasoning behind it, but it's intimidation, Avi? You don't even know, but you've already formed your own fucking conclusions. This is how I know you're completely full of shit. Excuse my language. I want to say that word less. This is how I know you're full of shit. This is how I know that no matter what comes out of this story, I think it's bullshit. Because of the reaction, because of the politicalization, because you and your group are the only ones, if you really look at it, to actually benefit off of this. But we're going to get back to the benefits in a second. Because Avi goes on to say, he also said that it should lead to a discussion about the increasing hostile political climate for Orthodox Jewish residents and other Jackson communities. Let's have the conversation, Avi. I asked you to have the damn conversation. Let's have a real conversation about the community and how it interacts with everybody else. I'm the Goyim spokesperson. I'll represent them. You represent your people. Let's sit down and let's open up that discussion. I've been the only one asking for it. Why are you doing it in some headline at 101.5 or the Lakewood Scoop? Come here right now. I'll send you the link. We could do it at any point in time. I'll go with your schedule. Let's have the conversation. I've been asking for it. And me asking to have the conversation, you're doing the same shit to me that you're doing Jackson. Oh, you're just anti-Semitic. Oh, you're just full of hate. Oh, you're this. All you have is name calling. All you have is labels. All you have is ad hominem fucking insults. And I'm sick and fucking tired of it. And I'm going to call all you dumb motherfuckers out, because if this is the best you got, you shouldn't be representing us in any form. Because you're not intelligent. And the only thing you clearly care about is one group of people. You don't care about everybody else. You care about your group. And that's not what our politicians are supposed to be about. But he goes on to say this. Hate does not begin with broken windows and spray paint. It begins when a community is repeatedly portrayed as a problem to be contained, a threat to be feared, or an easy target for political resentment. Who do you think that line was aimed at? There's a couple of us, me and Chris Pollock, that are really leading this charge of exposing everything that's really going on for me and you. For me and you. We're doing this for us. You know, because somebody has to stand up for us. Somebody has to voice our concerns. Somebody has to. But when you have this type of statement, it begins when a community repeatedly portrayed as a problem to be contained. You hear those specific, those are very, very, very specific words. Because they know that Lakewood is a problem that needs to be contained, and they don't want to contain it. Avi Chanel called for 8-story buildings in Lakewood. Can you handle that? How are you going to get through that town? How many more accidents do we need? How many more safety hazards do we need? How many cars flipped over, fucking burning do we need on a weekly basis? We want to keep doing this? Ocean County has some of the highest accidents on the planet. But who stands to gain from this? Let's really think about this. Honestly, me and you. Who stands to gain from it? Do the regular people of Jackson, New Jersey that got up and spoke bravely, they're the ones that represent the actual citizens of Jackson? Do they benefit from this type of situation? Fuck no. It makes them look horrible. It makes them look that everything that they're fighting for is just anti-Jew hate that needs to be contained. You guys are just containers. You don't want them spreading because you have the problem. So if they stand to benefit from it, somebody explain it to me. Somebody explain to me how the racist anti-Semite benefits from writing the swastikas on that. Do they just look at it and beat off and just feel happy and proud about themselves? I bet there's some sick bastards that'll do that, and I won't be surprised if they are. But do they even benefit from writing that on that wall? No. They're probably going to be put in jail, and whoever knows what's going on, unless it was a different group. So now let's talk about who has to benefit, and let's take this a step back really quick, okay? Because this is what I want to do. This school, that's the school in question. There's been controversy around the school. This school was on fucking Tucker Carlson. I'm sorry, I curse when I'm excited. This school was on Tucker Carlson. You had a 9 million subscriber YouTuber sitting on Tucker Carlson talking about how this school was bought at a discount. And here it is. This was bought at a discount. They sold it for $40 million and it was down from $54 million. So the influx made the school close in the first place. And then once they close the school for everybody else, they buy it at a discount. Okay, that's what happened. And then, of course, you had this article in 2025, community invited to say farewell to Christy McAuliffe School. So it's 2025. We say farewell to it, bought by BMG. This is 2025. And not only bought by BMG, bought at BMG for a $14 million discount. And Tucker Carlson goes, damn, that's cold. Yeah, that's fucking cold, right? So then what happens? Look at the sale about this. 38-acre site, $40 million winner. BMG officials had not finalized or publicly detailed specific site utilization plans. Okay? So then they get into this problem, a planning board dispute. They might not have zoning compliance. Questions persist over what current zoning designations on the South Hopewell Chapel property match the intended institutional operations without variances or modifications. There's also public and environmental scrutiny. And Shore News Network even put this up. Jackson's $40 million McAuliffe school sale in jeopardy as major zoning problems emerge. Then all of a sudden, cue Chris Pollock and his giant win. Then cue everybody showing up to that council meeting. And then what was thrown out there? Hey guys, we have a problem with this, and this. Illegal rentals. We have a problem with daycares popping up all over residential areas where you're using this as a daycare. You're using this as a camp. Hey, Morty, are you using it or not? You still haven't said shit about that, have you? No, because nobody's asked you. No one cares about that. But we're talking illegal behavior. We're talking misuse. We're talking double standards. We're talking all of these things. That's what was spoke about in very eloquent form at that Jackson meeting. And then all the allegations you hear, Morty's out there. That's getting millions of views right now. When you look at that council, when you look at that meeting, the amount of views that came from it, it's getting a lot of attention. And then lo and behold, we have swastikas drawn. What is this? A week later? 1 week later. We're not talking about Morty. We're not talking about anything that people said. We're not talking about daycares. We're not talking about illegal usage all over the town. We're not talking about 70 cars pulling up to a residential area to pray. We're not talking about any of that. No. That's now hate. Because that's all they fucking got. That's all you have. And it's absolutely pathetic. That's all you have. And listen, man, I got a comment. Holy shit, 68 comments. We have 68 comments. You guys are going crazy today. I can absolutely love it. I'm not going to be able to get to every single one of the comments, but let's kick it back. Thomas Dick Rolls is the first one in the chat, man. It says, my man. Down the shore with a stiff drink in my hand. Caltrop rap coming next week. I cannot wait for a Caltrop rap from Thomas Dick Rolls. Caltrop rap featuring Thomas Dick Rolls. If you have any idea, if you have anything, I'll start looking at the chat right now. But I want to I want your opinion on this. And I got, because when you look at all of the things that have just lined up, it's a perfect time for it. Oh, yeah, we forgot it's an election year. It's an election year. So then, what's going to happen? Of course, I wouldn't be surprised if this just happened to be tied to the Fight for Jackson crew somehow, some way in the media, right? I mean, that's coming. And if you remember, you guys have been listening, a lot of you have been listening to me for a really long time. Haven't I said that these false flags are coming? We have stuff like this that are coming. Now, I'm not saying it's a false flag, but I'm saying these things are coming. I said it back then, and I don't know if this is one yet. Again, it smells like it. So the swastika has been weaponized. It's truly northeast, southwest, and it's quite spiritual, actually. Listen, the swastika had many meanings over many, many, many years. Now, the interesting thing that I find about this is they're not just against Jews, they were also against the blacks. So I don't know Jackson, New Jersey to be against the blacks. Like, that didn't make any sense. Like, nothing that was said in that council meeting was going against blacks. So it seems like you're just trying to get the most racist out of there. I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere in the lower left quadrant there was the word Dago written out, just because. You have to make fun of the Italians somehow. I don't know. Amen Disker says, I don't know. I feel like after the meeting, they got desperate and needed sympathy, and they needed a better story. We will see. Probably not, though. Amen Disker, you were exactly right. You were exactly right. They needed a better story. And I love when my juice planers watch me. How many questions? I mean, there are so many questions. There are so many questions. Gus Azevedo says, it was me. It was me. Like he's farting in the elevator. I fucking love it. Oh man. So you gotta love this type of stuff. And you have a lot of these splainers, are in the chat. Let's get to some of the end of the chats and we'll read them from here, right? Very theatrical, isn't it? It is very theatrical. Brenda says, you go, Mike. I really appreciate you. Jerry Nappy, let's see. Says, maybe it was done by some council members. Listen, I'm not going to jump to conclusions. It's one of the things that and Italians would have done it and taken credit. Yeah, you're not bullshitting. Exactly. I'm not jumping to conclusions. I don't want to jump to conclusions. That's what I'm talking about. One of the problems that we have is, they want to say that I am lying to everybody. Well, I actually take my due diligence and I try to read these stories and I try to judge them independently. And I don't jump out and try to be the first person that has this stuff for you. What I want to do is I want to give you the real accurate story of exactly what's going on. Like, and I hear people send me shit all the time, and I have to flush through a lot of this stuff. I have to work through it. Is it true? Is it not true? Some things are very wrong. Some things are very right. And I try to tell you exactly what is right and wrong. I don't try to put a story or some spin behind it. But that's all you get. That's all you get no matter who the news is. Right? I want to be right with this story. But I can tell you that even if it comes, let's say this story comes out and it's all kids. Is it still a hate? Is it still hate? Is Jackson still hateful? Let's say the story comes out. It is actually 7 real hateful ass motherfuckers. Is that Jackson, New Jersey hate? Or is it those 7 people hates? Right? These are the things that I think everybody has to be cognizant of. And one of the things I find amazing is one of the complaints that happens to me all the time from that one specific community is, you're lumping us all together. Don't lump me with that group. Oh, I'm not Hasidic. Well, I'm not this. I'm not this. I'm Syrian. I'm not that. Don't lump me with them. Fuck them. I hate that group. That's the main complaint against you guys. So why is it okay now? Why is it okay now? Everyone on that side is cheering this. Yeah, you guys are all fucking racist. Why is that okay? But it's not okay to label every one of you. These are things that we have to flush out. Because I'm getting so sick and tired of the double standards. I'm getting so sick and tired of the games. I'm getting so sick and tired of the name calling, the storytelling, the assuming everybody is one way because 7 people did something. 7 people? How many people are in Jackson? 60,000? What's your total right now? Somebody put it in the chat. 7 people did something. So that gives 1015 the right to label everyone in Jackson something. If I was you guys, I would never turn on that station again. They are lying to you. They are propagandizing you. And you watch. You watch. This is going to be used to get that school, you get the planning board approved. Oh, well, we already had our hate incident. Now you have to approve whatever the hell we want to do. Don't forget, Jackson, we already screwed you with the DOJ investigation because, Morty Bernstein and Avi Chanel and Richie Roberts and all those guys that sued the shit out of you, billionaire Richie Roberts, who really said that Jackson's just an extension of Lakewood. He's the one that was defending his Jewish kids not playing with non-Jewish kids. He defended it. These guys are living hatred. They are living hatred for you. And I'm speaking about them specifically. They're living hatred for you. They think you're a piece of shit while calling you hateful. How does that make you feel? It should enrage you. And it should get you motivated to further fight back against these people. Because this is desperate. Between 61 and 64,000 people. 7 made you all racist. Well, how about put it this way? I think there's 7,000 Jewish people now in Jackson. So let's say we have 55,000. 55,000 non-Jewish people, you're all racist. Because 7 kids or 7 masked people or 7 people in a hoodie did this. Have your wife call one of their women's period cleanse spa and see if she could get in there. I did. I love something like that. Being a woman is rough though. Nope, they're community only. Yes, it is their community only. Everything's their community only. And that's the point, isn't it? You cannot have exclusive, segregated, supremacist communities cannot call anybody else hateful when you keep everyone else out, when you only live amongst yourselves. I'm sick and tired of this excuse. The only hateful people I see is that group. You don't like anyone around you. You don't like the blacks. You don't like the whites. The only people you like are the illegal Mexicans. Let's face facts. And you don't even like them. You just want them for cheap labor. Anybody want to step up to this conversation? Anybody want to challenge me? Avi Chanel, any of you? I have a chair and I have a window. You could be in either one of them. But it's funny, not one of you want to do it, do you? Because what I'm saying actually has reality behind it. What I'm saying has numbers, stats, data. Has your own. All I'm doing is holding a mirror up to you. That's all that happened when Tyler came to town. We held a mirror up to your face, and you didn't like it. Maybe change your face. Just a suggestion. Just a suggestion. It's sympathy, cry, we are victims. It is. It's the victim card, victim card, victim card, victim card. When in doubt, continue, double down, triple down, quadruple down, victim card, victim card. You hate me, hate me, hate me, hate me, hate me, hate me, hate me. Hate me, hate me, hate me. You hate, you just hate, you just hate. You know what I'll do? I'm gonna plug in the phone in a second. And who is the ones that are really standing up for us? I don't see us. You know what? I did see Jackson stand up. And when the second they did, they get these allegations. The second they did, they get these allegations. And I'm going to be interested to see how many people show up to the council meeting next time. The next one. Is this going to scare people away now because 1015 is doing it? Because New Jersey 4 or New York 4 is doing it? Wait till it's on Fox News. This is a perfect story for Fox News. And now everybody in the country thinks Jackson, New Jersey is just a bunch of scumbags. I find this to be absolutely disgusting. Elizabeth says, "Wow, that's crazy. This is crazy. This is all crazy." Amen, Disker. Not for nothing, but if Jackson people are really doing this and they really act like this, why on God's green earth would you push to live there? That's a great question, Amen, Disker. Why is it you continually move into places where nobody likes you? If everybody's racist and everybody hates your guts, why do you keep moving with those people? Oh, why do you do that? Oh, I know. Because you want to get your people in there because everyone else hates you and they're just going to run away and leave. It's called white flight. And it's not the hate for you, it's what you bring. You're going to bring more people, you're going to bring more traffic, you're going to bring me less options. You're going to bring me school problems. You're going to bring me no more funding. You're going to bring me less tax dollars. You're going to bring me a hell of a lot more welfare. You're going to bring me accidents. You're going to bring me higher insurance premiums. You want me to keep going? I'm going to lose my bars. I'm going to lose my restaurants. I'll have to drive 30 minutes to buy a t-shirt to go shopping. All the businesses, the local businesses, all the people that own these businesses are going to start going under. Only a select group of people are going to be maintained. You're going to slowly watch your entire town change because people are leaving because they're being forced out. It's not willing. You had people willingly staying here, living with everybody. But these people move into an area where everyone hates them. Do you do that? If you were going to buy a house and you walked into that neighborhood and everyone's like, fuck you, you're a piece of shit, get out of here, I hate your guts. Do you really look at that house and say, wow, we really have to move into this neighborhood? I can't wait to live here. I'm going to get motherfucked every single day of my life. I love it. Who wants to do that? Do normal people want to move where everyone hates them? Oh, no, but let me ask you a question. Who else lives in Lakewood, New Jersey? Or is that 90% one religion? Do you live in diversity in that town? Do you? I don't see it. I see one person. You all look the same. Some have different hats on. That's the only way I can tell. I don't know your denomination. I don't know your sect. I know nothing. I know your clothes and your hat. I know some of your women dress very conservative. Some have flowers on their dresses. Okay? This is what I know. And I know you don't want to be a part of anybody else. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Allow somebody else in there. And you know the ignorance about this entire thing? If I was, and I said this to people online, how about this? I'm going to buy a house in Lakewood, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it into a marijuana lounge with Muslim religious service. And 3 times a day, that street is going to get packed with cars of nothing but Muslims, and they're going to come out, and they're going to do their service, and when they leave, it's going to be nothing but weed smokers the rest of the day. The whole backyard is going to be weed smoking all day, every day, nonstop. It's legal. I can do whatever I want in my backyard, right? How fast do you think those people will be coming against me? How many people do you think will be complaining to the cops, the zoning board, the planning boards? You have to make an ordinance to stop this. We have to make this illegal. You know you'd be coming at me. You know you want Muslims living in around you. You know who said that? Your boy Richie Roberts on Tyler's show. Tyler called it out on him. You know what his excuse was? Oh, well, they're all trying to kill me. So you hate all Muslims, you hate all Christians, you hate blacks, you hate whites, you hate Puerto Ricans, Irish people, German people, you really fucking hate. Sounds like fucking Dr. Seuss, the Grinch, where he's like, hate, 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 hate. Loathe entirely. That's the Muslims. Fucking assholes. Swear to Christ, man. Calling out your bullshit is so easy. I don't know how more people aren't doing it. I don't know how more people aren't seeing it. It's unbelievable. Old softball coach. I guess so. Oh, it will be a packed house. They should move it to Memorial. Brenda, I hope it is. And I got to tell you something. I will be at the next one. I'm hoping my niece does not go into labor sooner. It was supposed to be the 17th, but it's anywhere from now until then, right? So the only thing that's going to keep me out of that meeting is them, and I'm not going to be making a show of it. I could tell you that way. I'm not going to be singing songs and shit. Eric Jones says all of this starts with our Lupa. You're 100% correct. How many nations were the Jews exiled from? Lynn, I believe it's 109. Some people want to say it wasn't 109 nations. It was 109 total places. So if you factor in states and nations and whatever it is, put it this way. The French put him out 5 times. A number of different people put him out. But the fact of the matter is God put him out twice. So out of their own land twice. That's just the facts. That's not me making shit up. That is history. God removed them from the land. The interesting part about this is there's a sect of Jews that don't believe in Zionism. They don't think that Jews should be occupying Israel until God commands it. It's a very interesting thing that we have. And interestingly enough, a lot of the Jewish people from Lakewood and Jackson, that's actually how they feel. It's a very interesting situation. El Shem says we need fairness. You said it best. It's about the people who are the problems versus the groups. It is the people that are causing problems. It is the people, okay? But there's if you live, Elliot, I have to like massage what you just said here, okay? The regular everyday non-religious or whatever it is, Catholic or I'm excluding Muslims because they're in that same fucking boat. But those guys, they're not organized. We're not organized groups of people. We don't all get together. We don't all go to the same exact schools and learn only one thing. Okay? We're not indoctrinated into one way of life, one way of being, like the religions are. You have people in the Muslim faith do that. You have people in a lot of different faiths, but the Jewish faith, that's what they do. So the real sad situation is the group can do certain things. You can associate certain behavior to certain groups. You can. But you're not going to associate certain groups of behavior, certain behavior to certain groups that don't represent any group. 7 individuals don't represent an entire group. Now, it's like this. When you had the one guy that was beaten off in the library, do I think the majority of them beat off in the library? No. I don't think he represents their values. So I'm not going to say you're all just jerker-offers in libraries. Even though it's fun to do sometimes, I'm not going to say it. But that's the difference. Certain groups definitely do certain things. There's something to profiling. There really is. We want to say there's not, but there's something to profiling. So last couple here, and we'll get to you know what? I should, dude. It's so hard to transition into doing any other topics after this type of stuff. Amen Disker says, congratulations to me because I'm officially out of Lakewood for work. I've been celebrating all month, driving the 54 passenger, and that shithole is finally over. Amen Disker, I love it for you. I love it for you. Wow, it really is a takeover. Yeah, I mean, this is how it happens. This is how it happens, and Diana is laughing at me. We're all going to laugh at you. We're all going to laugh at you. You're all laughing. I hope you're laughing with me or at me. You can laugh at me. As long as I'm making you laugh, I ultimately don't care. You hit the nail on the head with everything, brother. I really appreciate you guys. We would love to have you there, Mike. Let's go. Brenda, I'm definitely going to be there. Like I said, the only thing stopping me is my niece. It's the people, but when the same people gather and are deciding how to show hate against us. Yes, I mean, the only thing that we have to do is show a united front. That's the solution here, everybody. You have a united front against you. You see it. You obviously have it. You have an entire group of people that owns all the media. They're going to be able to slander you in however they want to do it. Because is Jackson going to get a class action lawsuit and sue some of these people? I think you should. I think if there's one thing that would be right, see if you can find a lawyer, pull up your fucking money, and go at these people. That's the only thing that's going to stop it. But you are being labeled. Your entire town's being labeled. And not only that, they're going to label you, and then they're going to use it against you. They're going to label you, and they're going to beat you over the head with it. They're going to label you. They're going to use their religion as a weapon. This is how it happens over and over and over again. Look what happened. We have Dearborn, Michigan. Ready? I'll transition to one story. You have this school. Abdul Al-Said just won the Democrat primary in Michigan.
Launching is already more bitter. All you got to do is look at the odds. You're already watching on TV. Started today. You know, they think that you want to use my whole name against me. Mike, listen, man, if you can't say the name, it's Abdurrahman, keep the name out your damn mouth. I'll be happy.
Come on. That's like a bad version of Will Smith. And no, I can't say your name because it's a I can't do it. I can't roll my R's, and I certainly can't do the however the fuck you people talk. But this is what's happening, people. You have that shit going on in Dearborn, Michigan. You have that shit going on in Little Palestine, fucking Patterson, New Jersey. You have this shit going on in Lakewood, and I'm just wondering when the regular person is going to be protected by the overrun of religions. Somehow in this country, you lose your rights when other people are religious in a certain group that can outvote you. How does that work? How does it work? I don't understand it, and I'll never understand it. It's something that's honestly gonna bother me. Because I've been saying it, guys. We have, as we're fighting wars overseas, we have things going on domestically. We have traitors domestically. We have enemies domestically. We don't need to fight anybody overseas anymore. I promise you, everybody, we have enough enemies domestically. And when I say enemies, I'm not talking about everybody that lives in Lakewood or everyone lives in Jackson or any of that stuff. What I am talking about is the powerful people that are orchestrating it. The people that are committing treason right now, the people that are actively fighting for other countries or other groups of people besides Americans, the people that are actively trying to change your zoning laws, which this guy wants to do. He actually, this guy, Abdul Al-Said, said, oh, no, man, we have to get these zoning laws. These local zoning laws are a real fucking problem. We have to do something about that. Who does that sound? Does that sound like a Muslim, or does it sound like a Jewish dude in Lakewood, or a Jewish builder, or Avi Chanel, or Morty Bernstein? When you have people saying this, they're actively saying our religion trumps your way of life. Our religion trumps your freedom. Our religion trumps everything about you. And all we have to do is vote you out. All we have to do is intimidate you to leave. Avi Chanel wants to sit back and say, oh, chalk is intimidating. A swastika is intimidating. You're telling me when 9 of you move into a neighborhood and you start walking up and knocking on people's doors, asking them when they're going to sell, that's not intimidation? You're telling me when you get a phone call like I do every 3 weeks saying, how much would you sell your house for? You want to sell it? 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 That's not intimidation? You're telling me it's not intimidation when they buy a house out, rent it out to 10 different people, 10 different families, you have 47 cars, and music getting played till 3 o'clock in the morning and trash getting thrown over the fence? That's not intimidation? You want to keep going, I'll keep going. But to me, that 1015 article is intimidation. Avi Chanel's comments are an attempt at intimidation. And you know who's not going to be intimidated? This motherfucker. You know who else is not going to be intimidated? Chris Pollock. That's who's not going to be intimidated. And I hope the rest of you aren't going to be intimidated off of this shit. I hope the rest of you can see what's happening right now. Because it doesn't matter who actually did this. Who did this is not the fucking point. How it's been portrayed up until this point is. Who did it doesn't matter anymore. The damage is already done. Doesn't matter who fucking did it. You all ran with the story. You all called everybody in Jackson racist. That's not intimidation. You fucking know it is. And I, for one, I'm going to call every one of you guys out. Every single one of you pieces of garbage. Because again, I'm sick and tired of it. Last couple of comments, and then we'll wrap it up. Says Nancy says, I hope you're running for mayor because I will definitely vote for you. I am running for mayor. I am 100% running for mayor, and I'm going to preserve what's left of Bricktown. And what I mean by that is you are going to be, Bricktown is going to be a diverse community like it always has been. Ocean County should strive to be a diverse community like it always has been. We don't live in segregation, people, in here. We don't. We go to Wawa's and I hold the door for everybody. I try to run them over in the parking lot, but I try to hold the door for them. But everybody's in that store. Everybody's there. All right. I love having a diverse group of people. I don't have to have everybody, but I don't mind living amongst everybody. Because in everybody's own way, what I've come to understand is we have very good people all over this place. And that's what's being lost here. Everybody's a scumbag. Everybody's a piece of shit. But that's not the truth. Everybody's not a scumbag. Everybody's not a piece of shit. There's good people of all races, and there's bad people of all races, and cracks or sects and creeds or whatever the hell you want to call it. One day we're going to realize it. And I should have an on air sign so nobody comes in while I'm trying to do my show. But listen, guys, last couple says Chelsea says, I just got on what happened in Jackson. Now you're gonna have to rewind it, Chelsea. You're gonna have to wind it. I just went on a rant, Chelsea. I'll tell you that. Hey, I missed most of this podcast. Can I listen to it at a later time? In the hospital, I couldn't listen on time. Andrew, you 100% can listen to it. Here's how you do so. As soon as I end this show in about 10 minutes, it's going to really upload to Facebook. You check it out on Facebook. Or about the same thing, you can go to YouTube. It's Center Cut Media on YouTube, and I'm Center Cut Media on Rumble. You have those three options to watch the entire show. They are always uploaded. They're on those three channels. I know after about a month, Facebook deletes them, but you can find me on Center Cut Media on YouTube, or you can find me right here on my Mike Calderese page. And of course, I'll be cutting clips from this. But look into the Jackson situation, because if you live in Jackson, you are a racist. I can tell you that much. Chelsea says, oh, I'll definitely listen to the rant. It's been a 45-minute rant. It has been a rant, that's for sure. Hey, Charles. Hey, where's Charles? Where's my man Charles? Haven't seen that dude in a while. Love that dude. Man, did you comment, Charles? Where is I don't know. Maybe someone just tossed him out there. I didn't see him in the comments, but that's my man right there. Really appreciate that guy. It says colors by the Black Pumas. Damn right. Hey guys, listen, I had other stuff that was loaded up. We'll get to that on Friday. I really appreciate every one of you guys. Ready for cornhole tomorrow, John says. John, I got bad news for you, buddy. My shoulder felt worse today than it did last Thursday. That's the God's honest truth. Andrew says, thanks, dude. I'm going to watch it. You're doing a good job. I really appreciate you. Michelle says, you rock, Mike. Thank you, guys. Listen, man, somebody's got to say the shit. Somebody's got to say it. I'm in a wonderful position where I can say it. And I'm going to say this one more time to everybody. If you see these people in anywhere, any of these powerful people, Avi Chanel or any of these guys, if you're saying you want a conversation, I'm open to have it. If you guys want me to, I will be your representative. I have no problem talking to anybody about this issue. I want to do it. Avi, let's do it. Let's go live. You pick the forum. You pick the place. You pick the fucking time. Let's have this conversation. Let's have it in a real way. And let's see how fast you start calling me names. Let's see what I say. Because I guarantee you I'm not going to call you a name. I guarantee it. I'm going to lay out facts. And I guarantee you call me names. Because that's all you have. That's why you don't really want to talk. You want to give a quote to some news outlets. You don't really want to have a conversation. Because if you wanted to have a conversation, you would look at your people, you would look at the powerful people, and you would say, hey, why are we hated? Why is it that we somehow turn everyone against us? Why is it that all of Ocean County hates our guts? Why is it that all of Jackson is racist? All of Howell is racist. All of Point Pleasant and Brick is racist. All of Tom's River is racist. Why is that? Have you ever pondered that question? Because if you really want to have an honest conversation, it starts right there. Why is everybody upset? And if you listen closely, and I know you didn't hear it because none of the news agencies did this for you, the people told you in Jackson why they were upset. They told you exactly why they were upset. And not one of those reasons revolved around hate for your religion, hate for you as a people, or hate in general. It revolved around double standards. And it revolved around them being labeled something while just wanting everybody in the town to be treated the same exact way. Since when is that hate? It's not. And it was so powerful that you had to try to diminish it. Well, I'm on to you, motherfuckers. I got to tell you something. Really appreciate it. Right now, do me a favor. Finger blast the hell out of my like button. My like button loves when you finger blast it. And the share button loves it too. And you guys have, listen, I am eternally thankful to everyone that watches. I am a regular, everyday guy. I was on a ladder all day. I was doing J channel. I finished up a roof for a porch yesterday. I am a mason contractor. I am an everyday dude. And I appreciate every one of you guys. And it's interesting because when I see you out, I know people recognize me sometimes. They don't come up to me. They just smile at me. Oh my gosh, shit, did they recognize me? For the record, I am the same guy here that you see in my videos that you see in real life. Come up. I would love to meet you. If you want to insult me, you want to have a conversation, I don't care. I'm going to have fun with it. There's no hate here in my life. I want laughs. So if you see me out, go ahead and talk to me, man. I really appreciate every single one of you guys that watch, that share, that brought me out into the forefront, because it really is you guys that do it. It's not me. It is you. And everything I do, honestly, is for you guys. Everything I do. And when I run for mayor, it's going to be what Brick wants. It's not going to be what I want. It's going to be what you want. We have to get that in our head, everybody. Our politicians represent you. They don't represent themselves, yet every one of them tells you what their ideas are, what their problem solving is, what they want to do, what they think needs to be done. I don't care what they think. I want to know what you think. Thank you guys very much, man. That's how you're a caltrop in your own mind. Justin Dell says, why is the Rumble feed viewership down? Fuck Rumble, because I don't give a shit. Hop over to Facebook or YouTube, because Rumble is a fake-ass fucking platform. But thanks, guys. This is how you be a caltrop. Ask questions. Never take these stories. Take these stories and look into them and see how they're being reported and see why they're being reported. Do not fall for this bullshit. That's how you become a caltrop. This caltrop will be back on Friday. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. This caltrop is out. Later.